I didn't mean to overwhelm you. Listen, I talk, as fast as they're talking to me, I talk to you. By the way, when I'm connecting, hold on, there's a soul that's here, okay? I keep hearing stroke. Who passed with the stroke?
My Aunt Hattie just passed.
Do you know if they tried to put her on life support, if she was on life support before her passing?
Yes.
She's here. Because she kept saying to me, my head. And then what was so crazy is she just showed me there was no brain activity. There was an issue with brain activity with her. And she tells me that her family had to pull the plug here in the physical world.
Yes, so good. Yes.
She's coming through. She talks about her raising you and being like right there by your side when you were just a little girl. Do you understand that? And she tells me that back in the day, I don't know if you remember this because you were just small, but she's showing me like visions of you being 3, 4, 5 years old. And I see her doing your hair when I'm connecting with her. And she says to me, you just changed your hair. She tells me that you just redid your hair. Is that true?
Yes, I cut it off.
She says to me, Matt, she goes, her hair used to be so long when she was a little girl. She goes, I used to play with that. I used to braid it and I used to do all these things, she's telling me. She goes, I can't believe, she goes, I feel like I'm looking at a different person. Do you know that she also wants to come through and say that she's sorry for the way that you had to watch her pass here in the physical world? This was a woman who literally was fighting to stay alive when I'm speaking to her. She goes, I was so worried. I was so worried. She tells me that through the past years of her life, she keeps telling me 5 years. She's telling me that she kept having health issues that would come up with her. And she's also telling me when I'm connecting with her that at the end, there was also lung problems that she was running into.
Yes.
Because when I'm connecting with her, I keep feeling like there were times when she'd have to go to the hospital. She's showing me visions of her having to go to the hospital because she couldn't breathe and they'd have to do breathing treatments on her. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And I feel there was some type of an issue. I felt it was pneumonia because when I'm connecting with her, she shows me, I feel like my lung is filling up with fluid. And then all of a sudden there were all these complications that had happened. She keeps telling me, I have to let my family know you brought me to the hospital in time. I got to the hospital in time. You need to know this. Here's what happens, right? Your loved ones come through and they start to tell me the grief that you're holding on to. And more importantly, they start to come through and talk about the things that are holding you back from healing. She tells me that your family keeps going back and saying, I don't understand. She was in the hospital. We brought her to the doctors. She was doing fine. And then she's telling me that they left her that night or they left her for the night. And then everyone had to come rushing back. And then she's showing me about her having to be placed on life support. I also know she was on life support for 3 days. She's telling me 3 days, Matt, 3 days. I was on for 3 days. And she says to me that at the same time, she also knows about the way that you brought in another doctor to see her, or you wanted another doctor to check her out. She tells me her family, this was important to her family. She says to me, Matt, tell my family I know that they did everything for me. She says, but the truth is that I made the decision to go to the other side. She tells me, not you. So even though that you disconnected life support and you had to make that hard decision, she says, there's 2 things I want to let my family know. 1, I'm so thankful that everyone came to see me. That's what she's telling me. And 2, she says, I want them to know that my soul was already on the other side. What's tough about this is that this woman, like I said, had a health scare years earlier in her life. And she said to me, Matt, I have to share something I never shared with anybody. She said, I asked God for more time. She says, and God gave me a few beautiful years to spend with my family, to enjoy life, to celebrate life. She said, and that's why I was so afraid all the time of getting sick again. She keeps bringing that up. And although it was so hard for everyone to see, she said to me, I didn't mess around with my health. She says, and when I knew I had to go to the hospital, she says, I didn't fight, I went. She says, but my body just gave out. She goes, it was time. Do you understand that? She wants me to let you know that she's singing on the other side. She's going to tell me. And she's singing all of these songs when I'm connecting with her. So she was a singer here in this world?
Church.
No wonder why. She keeps singing to me like Alleluia and all of these songs. She's telling me when I'm connecting with her that she wants to thank everybody for coming and singing her favorite songs for her. So she tells me at her funeral, her friends got together. There were friends that came together to sing for her. Is that true?
Yes.
So please know that she's thanking you all for that. Thank you so much, she says, for the beautiful tribute that they gave to me. She said, and not only that, but she's telling me that she'll forever be thankful. She says, for all the readings that you did for her, because she shows me everybody going up and doing different readings for her at her funeral services, because this meant the world to her. This woman was very religious here in this world. She believed in God. She says, and I want you to know that I am fine. She keeps saying that to me. Tell them I'm okay, and I am there and with them. Sorry, I didn't mean to overwhelm you. Listen, I talk, as fast as they're talking to me, I talk to you. It's her way of showing you that she's at peace. And more importantly, that she's fine, because I know that about the fact that, you know, you've been thinking about her every day. And more importantly, you've been wondering where she is and what she's been doing. I really hope that this helped you today.
It did. Thank you.
All right. Thank you guys for being here tonight.